Hey guys, we've just seen Edge of Tomorrow.
Wait, no!
Hey guys, we've just seen Edge of Tomorrow.
And I just had a staggering change of heart. Hi! Hey guys.
Edge of Tomorrow. That's kind of the basis. Groundhog Day, sci-fi, that kind of thing.
I'm mad at you.
What?
Okay, are we ready? Alright, let's... Okay guys, we just saw Edge of Tomorrow, like you just said, and we haven't just seen it. It's a twist. No, that's what we do all the time. We always say we just seen movies, but we haven't. It's been like a month. Or it's been exactly 3 weeks, actually. I bet it's been 3 weeks, and,
well, it was June 6th, and it's June 27th today, so...
It was a Friday, so it was... Let me check my phone.
Now...
Addition and
Alright, it was... Alright, it was
21
3 weeks and
days ago.
6 hours ago, guys. Okay, so, what do we think?
I thought it was good.
I loved it.
I thought it was good.
I loved it.
Love Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I loved it so much.
Okay.
Now, I'm
willing to live, die, repeat that movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm willing to say this is the most obvious thing, but it's so original. It's so original. Yeah. It's finally an original idea. I am one of those guys that believes that we could be getting movies as original and good as Star Wars just all the time. And this movie, while it wasn't as good, it did that. It's original. Hollywood doesn't make them because they're scared. They're just all they think about is money. And this movie just gave them the finger.
And this movie also has a criminally poor box office, which
go see it.
It's terrible.
Go see
you
it.
Have to see it.
I mean, internationally,
it is
smart over in Japan, China, other big box office places. It's made almost 300 million, mostly because of overseas. More than 200 million of that has been overseas. Us Americans are too busy crying into our popcorn, watching The Fault in Our Stars, adding way more sodium than needs to be in the popcorn, even though there's way more sodium already in the popcorn without your tears.
This movie, I believe, is infinitely better than that movie, and it's infinitely better.
Well, we haven't seen The Fault in Our Stars.
We haven't seen that.
I mean, from
it's
what I've heard...
Well, from what it looks like.
From what I've heard about the book, like, people are always crying with that. And
I
can believe that's good, but you need to see...
We're not reviewing it! Stay on topic! Okay. I gotta... Yeah, do you have like a... amazing. Okay. I've got like I've got a big list for how many things I love about this movie. Like, it's plot synopsis.
Tom Cruise...
Groundhog Day with guns.
Hasn't been good in a long time, but he's good.
Yes, he's good in this movie. I believe that... Okay, the term movie star. You don't hear that term that much anymore. And you hear the term actor, actress, celebrity. You don't hear the term movie star. It's a very old school term. And because of that, I believe that Tom Cruise is one of the last true movie stars in the world because he is so committed to what he does. There are so many stunts that I just love to watch, and I can know that it was him. I remember the first time on TV that I watched Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and that scene where he was on the Dubai Tower and he was climbing up that thing, and I didn't think anything of it, but I remember I looked up the film to see how good it actually was because I didn't see the full thing. One video led to another, and I realized that was real. He was actually on that building, on the outside.
The Dubai Tower.
Climbing up.
That's awesome, because usually it's like either like CGI or it's like a stunt double, but no, he's doing his own stunts on the real thing. It's awesome.
Yes, he actually does it.
He was Dubai Tower once fell.
He fell
on me. It was great nightmare. Like, it could be a good horror movie.
It's like a Michael Bay thing. It's just like a building
Except it was like a better plot
except when you
than
hit the ground in a Michael Bay film, the ground would blow up.
No, it was like this crazy electric windstorm. It was crazy, but not as good as that.
Because when you clicked on this video, you're obviously here to hear about dreams. Okay, so
hey, this isn't Inception.
Alright, well,
what it was
the characters were awesome. Emily Blunt is amazing in this movie.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, like
she holds her own, and even more.
I love how she is one of the best female characters female characters I've ever seen in a movie. We haven't gotten that because I'm sorry, I actually don't like Catwoman and Black Widow that much because every time there's a female character, they are either just like too weak. Because here's the thing: men are attracted to women who are just that way, like how they're used in films these days. It's just like over-sexual and everything. And then women are attracted to men who are like strong and like independent and everything. So that's how they look at us. So, of course, then Hollywood isn't afraid to put a man on a film that is like, an action hero and he's strong, and that's a good quality for a main character. That's why it doesn't translate well with women. But in this movie, it was done well because either you get that like really bad side of women, like the kind that needs men, of the other woman, if you go see that movie if you know what I'm talking about, or you get the kind that are like Catwoman and Black Widow that can just do anything and take out like a 10,000 men and like at once doing a bunch of flips and unrealistic kicks and everything, and it just
Girls
gets way too out of hand. But Emily Blunt in this movie, her character Rita, was done right. It wasn't like too much. It wasn't shoving down your throat. This is a strong female character, guys. No, she was done right. She was actually a character.
And the reason she's like so good, you like in the movie you'll figure out why she's like good at being a fighter. It's not like she was just born
It's obvious.
a marksman. Like, yeah, I don't think we should. I don't know if we could spoil that, but whatever. It's not really a spoiler, but yeah, I love the whole when the way they handle the going back in time. And he does different things every time, which is good. And
it doesn't feel repetitive.
He figures out what's going on, and he's like, whoa. And there's a really... The way they do the battles, like, they start forming a strategy. Because, I mean, if you're going back in time, you got to use that as a weapon. They form this cool strategy. They do different stuff every time. It's humorous when, like, he's getting trained. You see that in the trailer. And he's getting trained, and then he gets hit, breaks his leg, and has to get shot. And he's like, no, and that it's just cool to see the whole development and the whole. There's like this underdog feel to it too when he gets put as he's like a traitor. He gets put into this underdog team of soldiers, and it's really cool.
I thought when I was going into this movie, I thought all I was just going to see is, okay, this is going to happen, he's not going to know what's happening, he's going to die, he's going to come back, and all the little things you saw in the first scene, he's going to go through and he's going to slowly perfect them, and then the third time, he's just going to get wasted and he's going to completely die, and then the fourth time, he's going to perfect whatever just killed him, and guess what? It was exactly that, but it was awesome. It was actually really, really cool to watch, and it was funny.
Somehow they made it good.
Yeah. And they don't just... He doesn't only... die, go straight to the battlefield again, die, go straight to the battlefield. He does other things. They figure out stuff on the day away from the battlefield to do things that are cool. It's not like he's only doing the fight. And the fight scene, it's never like quite the same look at the fight when you get there. Partially because he's doing different things, and also because like the angles and ways things are happening is different every time.
Yeah, I thought the time travel aspect of it, going into it, I thought it was just going to be a little thing about the movie that they were going to try to make unique about it, but in the movie, they actually did it right, and they made the time travel thing the focus, and they made it the main part of the plot. It carried the movie.
And I love how they, like, made the time travel possible, the way they supported that notion. It was so cool. I was like, so is it like a machine? Is he like the chosen one? Is this what the heck is going on, Neo? But no, it was cool. The aliens, like, they're not
aliens.
I don't know. They're not really. It's not like the kaiju where like you get a name, you get characters that are fascinated by these aliens. They're just kind of aliens, but they still work. It's like they're like really fast, cool.
Yeah, I like how in the battle scenes they're not shoving them down your throat. I use that term a lot, but they're not shoving the aliens down your throat. They don't have any scenes that are focusing on these aliens because they don't talk. They don't have a human language. They don't have any language. Well, it doesn't seem like it, and they don't have any kind of human form. So it makes them very threatening because you don't understand them. They don't look like anything you've ever seen before. And I remember when I was watching them, I actually used the term kind of dumb in my head. I thought they looked terrible, but when I was thinking about it, they just look so different. And it's nothing you've ever seen before, the aliens. They did it so differently. And I like how in the battles, how they portrayed them, because you never see... If there's like an alien coming at Tom Cruise, you don't see a reaction shot of the alien. You don't see like a shot of the alien coming toward him. In the battle scenes, when there's no alien on them, you don't see like wide... high shots where you can see what's going on around them and you see them talking. They're low. You only see them and you can't see what's going on around them. And I like that style because it just brings you into the ride with the characters and you don't see the aliens. You don't understand them, and that was a good thing.
At first, when that happened, like that, the way the fight scenes were going down, I was like, "What the? I can't. What's going on?" But then, the more you watch the movie, the more fitting it is to not really focus on those aliens, and that was cool. I love the ending. The ending's just like...
Yeah, the ending was the funniest part of the movie for me. And I like how they focus, how they balanced the focus of the characters, because Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise's characters, They're the only characters in the movie. I mean, you do have a couple more. You have some disposable ones that, they're just there to die. And then you've got the general. But mainly, they are the two characters, and I liked how they balanced the focus of them. Like, in the beginning, you know the time travel thing, you know what it is. Like, he keeps waking back up the same day, because you saw it in the trailers. That's how they advertised the movie. But the character doesn't know that. He didn't see a trailer for his own life, so you see him... Like, you're with him when he's figuring out what's happening, and you're with him when he doesn't understand what's happening. And then, what I meant by balancing, at the appropriate point of the movie, you start to go more toward Emily Blunt's point of view, where you're not with Tom Cruise anymore, and you just start to ask yourself, wait, how many times has he been here? Like, at the beginning of the movie, you know how many times he's done it, because you're with him the whole time. But then you go to Emily Blunt's character, and you start asking yourself, how many times has he done this? Has it been an eternity? Has it only been 3 times? We don't know.
And, never mind. I won't spoil that. But
I bet this whole time I was talking, you were waiting for me to finish so you could say that, and then you just realized you didn't say it. Yeah. Brandon, what are you doing here? Are you going to talk?
I don't really have much to say.
You don't have much? He doesn't have much to say. He's here because he manages the channel. Yeah, hi Brandon. How you doing?
Pretty much. Yeah, sometimes I have something to say. Most of the time, not really.
Yeah. All right, so I think we can just get right to the rating system then.
All right, I guess I'll go first because I usually go first. So.
And you don't say anything.
Yeah. Well, for my personal rating, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 because I love this movie. There was nothing really bad about it that made me think, this is really bad,
So is this your favorite movie of the year?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Oh.
And that's not a bad thing, is it?
No.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you why. Okay, theoretical rating?
Yeah, theoretical, let's see. Probably 9 out of 10, yeah.
Alright, I usually start the theoretical.
I do too.
Theoretically, I mean, there's nothing that was really that I remember wrong with it. I don't see why I shouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Personally, I was really surprised I liked it as much as I did. I hate saying this again, but it's one of those, it's good, but how good can it be moments. It was actually really cool. It was different than what I was expecting. I really liked it. I'm not going to say it's my favorite movie of the year, because I just, the way,
because
for
X-Men
Captain
exists.
America and X-Men, I just, superhero movies, the way their characters are, this Edge of Tomorrow is probably a better movie than those two movies, maybe, or yeah, because it's probably a better movie, but I like those other two movies. Personally, I'm going to give this a 9.5.
9.5, okay. Theoretical rating, I'm going to give this rating a 9 just because it simply isn't the best movie ever. But I don't care, because theoretical rating, this is why I didn't fault you for your rating, because I'm going 10 out of 10. This is by far, not by far, by a good margin, my favorite movie of the year. It was absolutely fantastic, mainly because I knew that Captain America, I knew X-Men, I knew Godzilla, I knew exactly how they were going to be. I didn't know how the Lego movie was going to be, but yeah, I knew how those movies were going to be. I knew how they were going to be. I expected them to be good, and they were. This movie I didn't expect to be good. I thought it was going to be terrible, but I saw it anyway, and it was awesome. It surprised me. There were so many plot points that surprised me. There were so many things that were different about it, and they're original, and there were so many just little things in the movie that if you were to show me a picture of them or tell me about them, I would know this movie. And that's a very unique thing for a movie to do these days, because Hollywood, all they care about is money. And this movie is making a good amount of money. It's not making a lot. It's not nearly as making as much as it deserves. So if you're watching this, all you average people out there, go see this movie. Yeah. It deserves it. It absolutely deserves it.
How do you think they're going to finance all those real mech suits that they actually built? They actually built all the suits.
They
did?
In the movie. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my god, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's dedication.
Yeah, Doug Liman, he's kind of nerdy, but it really shows in his movies. But it's also awesome. Yeah, it makes sense. So we done?
And to close out, I think Blake
unlike
has
Edge of Tomorrow. Unlike Edge of Tomorrow.
Blake is here.
Cameo
Again. Yeah.
Unlike Edge of Tomorrow.
That better not be a thing.
You should. This is something Edge of Tomorrow didn't do.
What?
What our show is. They,
What?
They didn't aim for average.
They didn't aim...
So I'm going to say, do what Edge of Tomorrow didn't do, and...
Aim for average.
We're done here.
You seem like you lost all the blood, you know.
Ugh.